G'day, it's Joel Rasmussen for Southern Cross Combat, and ahead of his fight at Hex 32, I'm talking to Mr. Jake Piper. Jake, the pro debut is here. How does it feel?
Good, bro. Good, real good. Thanks for having me on here.
Thank you for coming down. I was surprised when Ryan texted me. Was like, we're coming to the press conference. I was like, Jake's on the press conference? Nah, bro, just watch it. How did you find it?
It's kind of boring to tell you the truth. I wish there was some more funny shit said. I wish Randall Raymond was on here. That would have been better to watch. But good luck to all the boys fighting. There's going to be some cool fights. The fights will be way cooler than the press conference, that's for sure.
How long until we see you at one of these press conferences?
Hopefully straight after this one.
Talking about this one, you are fighting Kasib Murdoch. But before we talk about that, you were originally going to fight Corey Sutcliffe. When you found out Corey was out, what was the initial reaction?
No. Oh, no. It's
Good impression.
It's exactly what I did. I was gutted, but fuck, it happens. It's fighting, you know. I sort of expected it. Training at a bang tower, like a lot of people are out for themselves there. Injuries happen. Like one of my mates just went over there, told me a story about him getting flatlined by some middleweight, and he's a featherweight. So I wasn't pissed off, and I didn't think he did it on purpose or anything like that. Like, shit happens. It's fighting. Shit's happened to me too. I can't control it, neither can he, and oh well, but it doesn't really matter. I got a new opponent now anyway.
For that to be the second time that you were about to make your pro debut and then the fight fall out, how frustrating was that? Did you ever feel like maybe fighting pro was cursed?
Yeah, actually I did a little bit. I did. I thought I was cursed. Yeah, the first one fell through. He had an injury, and then I had staph. I was in hospital. I was bedridden. I had a drip in my arm for a good week or two. And then yeah, this one fell through, and I just thought, fuck, something doesn't want me to go pro. Fuck, what have I got to do? What am I missing? But here we are. Obviously, it was just a different turn of events that I needed to take.
Maybe just amateur forever.
Maybe. Who knows? I could.
Did that cross the mind?
Yeah. I was thinking of sandbagging for just as long as I fucking could.
Good idea. They can't force you.
No, they can't. That's exactly right.
Barely a commission in Brisbane, dude.
It was just the pay. Yeah. I couldn't keep fighting for free. Yeah, I've got a lot of Red Bulls to buy. Yeah. It's hard being a tradie and getting up at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Making some good money now?
Oh, good enough. Yeah. Good enough. It'll get better after this one. After I fucking chin Kasib, they'll want to pay me some more in the next one.
So the news broke at Southern Cross Combat, and that I can't remember how long that post was up until eventually Kasib commented and was like, "I'll fight you." Did you when you found out the fight was off, that Corey was out, were you immediately like, find me a new guy, or did you think maybe you weren't going to fight?
No, I fucking knew Kasib was going to chirp. He chirped on the last one. After I explained to him on the last one why I couldn't fight, he still said after that, well, I'm keen to fight if you are. And, man, I took that personally. Now I feel like you've got a fucking hard on to fight me. Like, I explain why I can't fight, and then you're still like, oh, I'm still keen to fight if you are. Like, bro, I said I can't, and you still want to chase me, and now he's saying that I've been avoiding him for fucking 7 months. Fuck that cunt. I'm going to fucking chin him now.
See, I can tell the energy. I didn't realize there was this much beef. For you to come into your pro debut, there's already a lot of things around that. There's a lot of nerves. You're making that jump. But now to have this like extra emotion, this extra anger. How are you? Are you okay? Are you clear-minded?
I'm awesome, brother. I can't get any better. There's no nerves for me. I've never been nervous for a fight. I haven't been nervous even since my first fight. Getting into little punch-ons at school, I've never been nervous. I've always fucking loved it. Like, it's just exciting to me, and I love punching fucking loudmouths in the face, and I get to do it for some money this time. I couldn't be happier, bro. Like, and I know the pressure's on him, so I know it's worse for him. I can tell. Like, yeah, I've seen it in the videos with him. He's unsure of what he's saying. He's looking all over the place. Like, he's unsure. I know what's happening.
This fight is at featherweight. Typically, you're looking for a bantamweight fight, but the short notice affects it. How close were you to bantamweight when you found out? Is it a big twist for you now to be fighting at featherweight?
No, I don't give a fuck either way. Either way, it's just a weight. He's a bantamweight too. Like, he's a bantamweight, and we're just fighting at featherweight. So I'm gonna feel a little bit better on the day than I would have. I'm gonna hit a little bit harder. And my gas tank's probably gonna be a bit better. As for him, he's taken on short notice, so it might be the opposite. It might not be. Like, he looks fit. He looks like he trains all the fucking time. Yeah, could go either way. Like, I don't really care. It's still just a fucking person in front of me. I'll I'll fight a welterweight if they're in front of me. I don't give a fuck.
As you said, some months ago, he put his hand up to fight you when the last fight fell through. Did you feel that you and him was inevitable? Did you think sooner or later, you were going to stand across from Kasib?
Yeah, I did. I saw him at the Worlds. Like, he won the Worlds. I went to the Worlds too. We're always around the same size. He was a bit bigger than me when I was fucking a bit younger, but now they're at the same size and we're at the same skill level and same weight class. I thought we were going to get matched up eventually. I just didn't expect him to fucking chirp like this. Because when we were in Serbia, he was so nice to me, man. We had fucking beers after he won. Like, I genuinely thought he was a nice kid, and he still might be. Like, everyone else I speak to says he's nice, but the problem is he's fucking chirped and he's made it personal, so he's not nice to me anymore.
Are you a gentleman that once it's all said and done, can you guys go back to being friends and having a beer?
Fuck no. Fuck that. After I win, I'm going to fucking rub it in, and after he wins, I hope he rubs it in. Whichever way it goes, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to give whatever I can take. So if I can give it, then he's more than welcome to give it back. But just so everyone knows, after I fucking win, I'm going to rub it in.
How do you have that, as you said just there, if I win, he can rub it in, and if he wins, he can rub it in. How do you have that mental freedom to say, like, if, because there's a lot of fighters who, especially this close out from a fight, if you float the idea of a fight not going their way, they are not happy. So how do you kind of have that relaxation to be able to talk about it like that?
I just don't care what happens. I just love getting in a fight. I've always loved it. I think it comes from when I first started. I never had aspirations of taking this far. Like, I never thought I'd be a fucking pro fighter. I did shit at school, hated school, had a broken family, had like troubles with suicide up until I was like even a year ago. So I never thought any of this would ever come into place, and I just thought I'd be, some bum, or I'd be hanging from a fucking roof somewhere. Like, I had no expectations of it. So now that I'm actually here and it's all happening, I couldn't give a fuck what happens. Like, I've made it. I've done so much more than I thought I'd ever do. I thought I was going to be dead at 16, and I'm here. So yeah, I don't care what happens. Anything that I've made it past from what I've already made it is awesome to me.
I know you just said that you don't care what happens, but I don't care. I'm still going to ask this question. You said you joined this with no aspirations, but to be such a highly touted prospect about to make your pro debut, what are the aspirations now? I know you said you didn't think you'd make it this far, but there's a very high ceiling in this sport. Yeah. What are the aspirations now?
It still took me a long time to get aspirations because I just didn't, without trying to sound bad, I didn't care about myself enough. It was mostly him over there, coach. I wanted to fucking put a new BMW in his driveway and, get him all the shit and help him reach his dreams, and because I didn't have dreams of my own. So the next best thing was, help fucking the people I love, because he's been like a second dad to me since I was fucking 13, I reckon. So that was the main one. And now that my partner's pregnant, that's a big one too. Like, I want to make as much money as I fucking can so I can spend as much time with my kids as I can. And those two are just the most important things to me. That's it. I don't care about anything else.
I was going to bring up, is it impending fatherhood, or are we a father yet? Do you consider yourself a dad now, or is it a dad? Are you a dad once it gets here?
I've got 2 dogs. I'm definitely a dad. No, I think of myself as a dad already. Like, I come home and my partner's pregnant, and it's just awesome. Like, just this feeling of I'm going to be a dad. There's this person, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet. I think we find out next week. But whatever it is, like, I just get to love it with my fucking whole heart and do the whole world for it. And it's just more of a drive for me, you know what I mean? And same with Paige, having her home and like every day and supporting me through this, it's fucking sick. So fucking cool.
Is it strange if you've lived so much of your life being like, I don't care about me, and I don't care about, I'm going to throw myself into a cage and have a fist fight, and if the guy head kicks me and I don't wake up, like, lol, that happens. But to now have kind of that responsibility, and that the responsibility of people that care about you, but the responsibility to have people that you need to take care of.
Partly yes, partly no. Partly yes, because like I said, I want to make that money to fucking provide for my kid and my partner one day, hopefully. And not just them, like my coach, my dad, my fucking best mates. Like, I want to be able to afford 17 jet skis at the drop of a hat. That's how rich I want to be. Fuck, what was the question again?
Just to spend so much, to have so much life being like, I don't care, to now suddenly care.
Yeah, part of me still does care for those people around me, and then part of me is just wired that way. Like it's how I was brought up. It's how I am. Fucking, I've got no choice. But now there's just extra things on the outside that I do care about. But there's still part of me that's wired about that. And if Kasib fucking head kicks me tomorrow night and puts me out, then oh well. Not that it's gonna happen. I don't think I've ever seen him fucking land one in his life. But if it happens, oh well. I still don't care about that. I care mostly about the family that I'm gonna have, the family that I already have, my best mates. I consider them my family too. And that's about it. That's about it. And just getting in a fucking fight because it's fun.
I used the head kick example just because it was something that popped into my head. I don't know. I don't imagine it'll happen, but it might. Who knows?
I don't think he can reach his leg up there, brother. Tell you the truth.
You never know. I asked you about like if you felt one day it was inevitable you would fight Kasib, but you said yeah, eventually you felt the paths would cross. How long have you, not hardcore preparing, like not a full camp, but how long have you been thinking about like how would I match up to Kasib? What would I do?
I think since I met him, since I saw him fight, because as much as we don't want to say this is a sport of measuring each other's dicks, and I saw him and I'm like, yeah, fucking, I could beat him. And he probably looked at me and thought I could beat him too. And now we're here on Saturday night. We're going to figure out who's going to fucking beat who.
Fun.
Thank you. It's going to be.
Has the DAG strength kicked in yet?
I don't know. You'll have to ask my trainer partners.
That's a fair point. So you haven't felt any particularly stronger since you found out?
My right hand's moving a lot faster. That's about it.
That's a good sign.
Only in the shower though.
That might be, yeah. How far is it moving?
I said faster, not farther.
We are the day before weigh-ins. It is the fun bit's about to happen. But what does the rest of the week look like for you?
I think I'm going to watch you and Ryan eat dinner tonight and have a whole lot of fuck all. Tomorrow, I'll cut the weight. Not much of it to cut. Eat a fuckload Friday night and punch on Saturday night.
What's the go-to food on Friday?
Sushi. Sushi every time.
Why?
Sushi.
Why sushi?
I just like it. I don't know. Maybe it's a gay thing. I don't know.
Yeah. What about it would be that?
I don't know, brother. I've heard my mates call me gay for having sushi all the time. Especially Ryan.
Yeah, it is Ryan, believe it.
Yeah, he does all the time. He sits there and eats the sushi with me, but then he'll bully me for it.
When you said, he's like a second father, like a second abusive father?
Nah, my first one wasn't abusive.
No, I don't mean...
He's the first abusive father.
But he is a second father who is also an abusive father. Does he wear white singlets often?
Nah, he usually wears more tracksuits, so you can't see him on like cameras on the way out of places and that sort of stuff.
Does he use the belt? What does he use?
Just fist, brother. His grappling's good. Just holds me down and fucking gives it to me.
We're in a really weird part of the interview, but I'm going to try to steer it back before we end. I spoke about this with Ryan. The gym's in a really exciting place right now. You got Sean on Contender. You got Jamie in Victor. Yeah. You yourself making your pro debut. Everyone's at big moments in their career at different levels, but it's still big moments nonetheless. How is it in the training room, and do you kind of feel that energy?
Well, it's so good. Like Sean's fucking nearly at the UFC already. Jamie's getting big shots. Like every person in our gym is just on to like really fucking big things. We're just a step away from it. We're just that little step behind. Like, but as soon as we break through, it's gonna show. Like Sean's gonna break through, Jamie's gonna break through, I'm gonna break through, Mustard's gonna break through. All our boys are gonna fucking break through, and it's gonna show.
Jake Piper, I thank you very much for the time. Best of luck in the fight, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you.